And most of the universities, I usually share universities that teaches in English. It's a country that English is not the official language. However, they have universities that teaches in English. So if you don't know the one to choose or research from, check my short videos. I made videos about universities you can check. Anyway, once you check the school you're interested in, the next thing for you to do is to check the program you're interested in. So here I'll be referring to the masters to be precise. I think similar thing a little bit goes to also undergraduate students. So check if the program is taught in English or not. Check the requirements, and if those things are something within your jurisdiction and you know you can afford, then the next thing you have to do is to apply. However, if there is any description that you don't really understand, you can actually send the school an email. Send an email to the admission office. Their email is usually on the school website, admission office. Send them an email and ask them any question that you have. Trust me, they will respond to you. They always do, you know, they always do. So ask them any question, they will respond to you. The next thing you have to do is to apply for. Once the admission is granted, the next thing you have to do is to pay the necessary fees. So the necessary fees, you don't have to pay the whole school fees at the same time. In Japan, with my experience, we had 4 semesters, right? So if you can pay like the first, if you can pay the first semester school fees and pay the necessary registration fees or accommodation fee or anything they are required to pay as a freshman, you have to make those payments. Then for me, I will now have to like pay the remaining fees semester by semester. So once your admission is granted and you've paid those fees, school will now send you the certificate of eligibility, and that certificate is you would include that certificate with other documents needed and submit it at the country's embassy in your own country, Japanese embassy in your own country. So once you submit the document and your visa is stamped, you now start preparing to come to the country. So those are the basic things. Those are in a nutshell, the process. So yeah, the thing that is that some people doesn't like it when you give them like a breakdown of how things works. They don't like it like that. Most people prefer when agents will come out and tell them, oh, give me 1 million or give me 600,000. Give me 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. Your visa will be out. And in such situation, we'll end up spending money, losing money, with the agents not even doing jack. And most of these agents doesn't even know where to start from. And you give them money. After 3 months, they'll tell you a story. So even if you want someone to guide you do the application process, you would also need to get involved, because if you happen to apply to a school that has that interviews their applicants, you're the one that do the interview now. You're the one that do the interview. So you also need to get involved. Any person that will come outside and tell you, oh, we'll do this thing for you, just give me money, give me 3 weeks, it's ready. Run. But also run. Because there's no way to make sense to me. There's no way to make sense to me, because if the person is doing application, there are some documents, all documents, most of them are not submitted at once. So as time is going, they're requested, you need to be submitting documents. So if you give person that money, now most of them will just while away time. At the end of the day, they'll tell you story. And people can't do anything because there was no contract signed. That money is gone. I was once a victim. So those are the basic things you need to know if you are trying to come to Japan to study and doesn't know where to start. But if you have any question, kindly drop it. I need to pay this thing off. It's disturbing me. And that comes to the end of this video. And if you have any question, kindly drop it below, and I'll definitely answer you.